Brian.
Hi, Brian. Dude, thanks for the t-shirt. I was actually going to wear it and snap it for you and be like, Brian, I'm wearing the t-shirt.
I know, this is a really cute shirt.
Yeah, but I wasn't feeling green that day. That's all it was.
No?
It's getting prettier now, so I'm going to start wearing it. Hi, everyone. We are back on.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry, we had like a technical issue right
and
when
then
we started.
We're also drinking mimosas.
Cheers.
Because we're actually down in LA for the weekend.
Yes.
As a lot of you guys know, we are here to meet some brands. We're actually hosting a meetup, and we've got some photo shoots planned. So we all came down here, and we thought that it'd be really cool to do our show from here too.
Yeah, we're in downtown Santa Monica, right? Not downtown. We're in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
On Ocean
Hi,
Drive.
Central?
Ocean Drive, right?
Ocean Drive,
yeah, right. At the beautiful Georgian Hotel. This place is gorgeous. We just
it
had
is
brunch
so
here.
pretty. Yeah, we've just been like kind of, none of us really got sleep last night. I slept for 1 hour.
I slept for 3.
I was going to bed, and right as I get into bed, I hear the little on my Snapchat, and I look and it says Shikha Sharma is typing. I'm like,
what is she going to say to me at 3 a.m.? Right?
I thought I'm the only one who's not getting sleep, but clearly
No.
she's also not getting sleep
Clearly
tonight.
all of us.
We completely digress. So for those of you just tuning in, I'm Christina Sundari.
And I'm Shikha Sharma.
And today we're going to be talking all about travel and how we pack for weekend getaways.
And how we look on the plane.
Yeah.
Especially when we don't sleep. How do we make ourselves look like we have
put
slept
together?
Yeah.
And you know what's really funny? So we had a 7 a.m. flight, and flying out of San Francisco, it's so cold, but Shikha was like, oh, I'm going to wear a dress. And then Nicole was like, oh, I'm going to wear a dress too. So I'm like, okay, well, now I have to wear a dress because I don't want to be the only one not wearing a dress. And then guess who's the only one not wearing a dress?
The girl with new linen pants. Right here. I looked at the temperature. It was like 40 something. I was like,
It
no.
was so cold this morning.
It's not going to happen. And the thing is, I actually didn't think she'd pull through with the dress because
I didn't
she's
think so
always
either.
freezing. So
I know, I was.
Yes.
And then the jacket that I wore is like this distressed denim jacket with
it's not a jacket. It's a fashion
napkin.
statement. Yeah, it's just a fashion statement. It's
That's
not a real
all
jacket.
it is. Yeah, it's not a real jacket at all. But anyway, so we wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what we personally wore on the plane and why we chose to wear them. So I got this really cute pineapple dress from Pineapple Curls, who is actually a fashion blogger based out of San Francisco. She just started this clothing line, and her whole initiative is to create fabrics and pieces that all kind of have pineapples on them. So
it's really beautiful stuff, actually.
Really
I checked out her
beautiful.
stuff after she got her dress.
Yeah. And this dress, she was actually wearing it
Yes.
at the pop-up. Yeah. So if you guys caught my Instagram stories last weekend, she was doing this pop-up at her house in Hayward, and she was wearing this dress, and I saw it on her, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. Do they have my size? And of course my size was there. So I was like, okay, I'm taking this down to LA.
Like her
with me.
size is not going to be available, right? Like your size wouldn't be available.
You know what? My size is like never available.
Because you're really petite, that's why.
I know. And you know what's
in a
funny?
good way. In a good petite.
Aw,
yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about this dress was originally, I don't wear off the shoulder a lot just because for me it's kind of uncomfortable. And then when you're wearing jackets, it's not
You're
always.
trying to keep it together.
Yeah, and especially when you're traveling too, you want something that's comfortable, but something that's not going to like fall off because, you're carrying your bags and you're carrying your suitcase and there's a lot going on and you don't want to be distracted. So, but I really like this because it falls off my shoulders a little bit more than what I'm normally used to.
It's more comfortable, right?
It's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm not like constantly pulling it up or I'm not constantly pulling it down. It just kind of like sits on my shoulders in the right way. So I really, really enjoy this. And then the fabric is really, really soft. So when I'm sitting on the plane, and I know this was only an hour and a half flight, so it's not like
It
this
was an hour
or too long. Yeah, it was super quick. But I normally prefer either a dress or maybe some like looser pants. Like maybe I'll do like some joggers or something just because I don't like to be uncomfortable. And I do kind of the same thing in long car rides.
Mm-hmm.
I need like that ventilation, I guess.
It's hilarious. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my Facebook Live is not letting me see the comments, so that's where I was paying attention. But yes, her dress is on point. It's actually so on point that I reached out to Pineapple Curls and I said it was a maxi version of it, which is like gorgeous. And I asked for that, but I didn't have enough time to actually go over there and buy one because I thought it would be cool to do a shoot in Pineapples like on the beach. It's such amazing weather here, so we wanted to do something like that.
Well, we're in LA, so I'm sure you can find something else.
Yeah, we'll find something else.
Yeah,
no big deal. I actually am a firm believer that you should never get on a flight in your PJs. That's just me.
That's
I know.
the truth. She won't go anywhere in her PJs.
No, I won't.
She won't even go to Walmart in her
Never.
PJs.
I don't care. I will not become a meme for anybody. So I'm really particular about how I fly in terms of what I wear. For me, it's a dual aspect of things. I need to look good. So my hair and makeup is always done. It's really funny because I have naturally curly hair. And apparently when I ran into Nicole and Christina this morning when we all arrived in LA, Nicole goes, we were wondering if you would actually have curly hair or not, because would you have time this morning to straighten it? And girl, you know I did, because I was getting on a flight. So I am particular about the way I look because from a very young age, my parents have always kind of said to me, like, you always have to look your best. You have to look presentable at any time. And I honestly never know who I'm going to run into or who I'm going to sit next to. And I would rather be looking at least like myself or at my best than in my PJs, making it look like I just kind of like rolled out of bed.
Yeah.
So I iron everything. Christina knows I don't put anything on me without ironing it first. Can
I share a quick story?
Yeah, of course.
The last time I went down to LA for that runway show that I did, I take your advice now. I do not go on flights without doing my hair and makeup and wearing something at least somewhat presentable. So I'm on my flight. It's literally an economy, I think it was like United or something. And I'm sitting towards the back of the plane. And this guy comes out of the bathroom and he's like, oh, that toilet doesn't flush. And I'm just kind of like, okay, what the heck?
Right.
And then I look up and it's Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so crazy. See? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, that's Aaron Paul. And I'm like, oh my God, I like made a picture with the guy. And so I'm like, thankfully I like had my hair and makeup done. So I looked really cute. And see, he was like, he sat down and he immediately fell asleep. And I was like, no, I'm not wasting this opportunity. So I literally tap him and I'm like, hey, I know you're sleeping, but can I get a photo with you?
Starstruck, you know.
I was totally starstruck. I loved Breaking Bad. I thought he was awesome.
I mean, he wouldn't have cared what you would have. Yeah, Jesse's amazing. His acting was great. I don't think anybody necessarily cares if you are in your PJs or comfortable, but for me, it's all about how I feel. If I don't look a certain way, it totally affects my mood. It affects how I come on camera. You guys will notice that if I'm not happy with the way I look, it'll show up in a video. It'll show up when I'm hanging out. Like it's just who I am. So I always get ready. What I decided to go with today was I have a rule. I don't wear open toe on the plane. I think it's gross. Don't know why. I just can't. And then like when I see people walking around with like with their barefoot, like when they're too tired and they won't put their shoes on, they like walk up and down the plane. I don't get it.
Hi, Because.
Hi, Because. We're gonna see you soon.
I
know. So I don't wear open toe, but I also think that with a short flight to LA, I would have typically been in a sundress, knowing that I'm coming into like 80-degree weather. But it was too cold where I left from. So I opted for something right in between because I knew it was going to be warm once I got here, so I couldn't be bundled up. So I actually have on, what are they called? Paper bag linen pants. So the top looked like a ruffled paper bag with a drawstring, and they're navy blue cuffed linen pants that go to like my mid-calf with a white cotton tank top tee thing that I have tucked in and a pair of gray sneakers. And how I kept myself warm was I threw a denim jacket on top because I love denim jackets, and I think they go with everything. And we'll get into that with our conversation about our must-haves. But that's how I traveled for this short trip. And I'd probably do an international trip in this exact same outfit. I can't wear jeans on the plane because I'm the girl who wears jeans on the plane and then opens up not just my button, but also my zip. So because I'm just not comfortable. So
let's be honest. I mean, jeans are really not that comfortable.
They're not comfortable. I don't know how people can travel with them and
give me shit for not wearing jeans.
No, we don't.
Nicole's over here too,
Nicole's on the other side going, what's going on? So I'm always, and I think people who travel in jeans, I think they're jeggings actually, which is a total different ballgame.
They have to be jeggings.
They can't be real jeans.
I know. Yeah. I mean, imagine wearing jeans on like a 14-hour flight.
No way.
No.
And just to let you know, when
Nicole's like cracking up right now.
So when I went to India last year, I actually had like a 20+ hour flight, but I was even on point with the way I looked at my hair and makeup was done. I remember I had on like really cute black leggings with a tank top and like this crop top sweatshirt and a pair of sneakers. And it was like very like sporty fashion, international flight type of thing.
Yeah.
These short flights, you don't even know when you get on and when you get off. So it's not a big deal, but and I knew we were doing the show right afterwards. We had brunch, we had to go. So I had to be in a position where I was still comfortable, but cute. Yeah. And I did my makeup at 4 a.m.
Now here's a question. Do you wear heels on the plane?
Yes, depending on how long the flight is.
Okay.
But not stilettos.
Okay. No, not stilettos. Okay. No. So when it comes to heels and me, I only wear stilettos.
I won't wear stilettos on the plane because I am 100% sure I'm going to fall.
Okay.
I'm just
That's what I always wonder about because I only wear stilettos, right? So I'm like, between my carry-on, my suitcase, and whatever else is going on in my hands, how am I doing this?
You're not.
I'm going to break my ankles, both of them.
You need a cute pair of wedges or something.
I know. They need to invest in more wedges. I just really like the look of stilettos. And
they make her calves look really toned and amazing. It's a different look altogether.
Yeah, and I'm really short. I'm like 5'2" and 3/4", so I like
second show that she's told you how tall she is.
I know, so you got
we're going to quiz you in one of these shows.
Yeah, it's going to be a quiz at the end. How tall is Christina? And you got to get it down to the 3/4. Yeah, ooh, we have not talked about that either.
I want your best guesses. I'm really curious. Yeah. I can't see my comments coming in, so I'm sorry if you guys are commenting, and I don't know why they're not pulling up on the feed here.
Mike is so funny. He's like, that glass of bubbles will cost you an extra Soul Cycle time. I know. Too bad I'm not going to Soul at all for the next 4 days.
No, I didn't pack gym clothes, by the way, which is a conversation in itself. So.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
She thinks she's going. We don't even have a car.
I'm going.
She's going to Uber herself to Soul Cycle. Bring herself back.
I might. See, that's what I love about Soul too. I know that that's not part of this video, but you literally just need like your sports bra, a tank, and yoga pants. They have everything else.
I already know it. Not that I think she shouldn't. I absolutely think she should take care of her health. I'm all pro workout and good health. So yeah, I won't stop you from it. I just am doubtful because of our plans.
I know, and we're not here for very long. So that actually takes us into our next area of conversation, which is must-have. So what do we need to bring with us on every weekend trip that we go on?
Yes.
You want to start off?
Yeah, I have a list. I made a list for you guys.
She did make a list.
I'm going to actually pull it
pretty good list.
And I'm going to tell you why. So my number one must-have on any trip, whether it's a warm location or a cold location, is a denim jacket. Because it's so versatile. Like completely. You throw it on with pants, with a dress, with shorts, with anything. You can layer with it if you're going to somewhere cold. If you go somewhere cold and you want to wear something, heavier on top. I always have a denim jacket. I always have black heels. They will go with anything, right? Like you can literally wear them with jeans. Again, jeans, shorts, skirts, dresses, jumpsuits, whatever you want to do. So black heels. Roll-on perfume. People have problems carrying perfume, and this is what roll-ons are for.
That's on my list too.
Yeah, exactly.
Or samples.
Yeah, samples exactly, right? So every time I get perfume, I actually buy the one that comes with a roll-on as well, so I can throw it in my purse and throw it in my suitcase or my toiletries bag or something, because I'm not going to carry out a bottle spritzing it, right? And sometimes you've been out all day and you may have to go to a dinner right away and you don't have time to freshen up. So I have my roll-on. I've said this before, accessories, hoops, always still in my purse. What about a backup black dress?
Was saying a backup black dress. I guess why would you need a backup black dress? That would be a question.
My mind is not in the right spot, so I'm not answering.
I don't.
Well,
he's saying a backup dress.
A backup black dress. Why a backup?
In case it gets dirty. Oh, I guess that's a good point. Yeah,
well,
maybe.
I'm curious. I want to hear what he says. Why?
Okay.
We're taking our guesses.
Yeah. Why would you bring a backup? I guess you could say why would you would have to bring a backup of something else. Because for me, I bring maybe like one pair of jeans. I don't know.
Why not a backup black dress? Sure.
Good point though.
I mean, why not just a LBD?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's making conversation. Yeah. Thank you, Fernanda. We appreciate that.
Thanks for
I guess I had not thought about that. Like, if I get it dirty, if I like spill a drink on it or something, then what do you do?
For sure.
I don't know. Wash it with cold water.
Who knows?
Go buy another dress.
That's what I would do. I'd be like.
That's what we would both do.
Yeah,
we were talking about
dress.
Yeah, we would just go out and get one.
What else did I have? My hoops and my watch. I can't live without a watch. Like I'm naked without a watch. I always have one.
You do always have one.
A neutral colored clutch. So I'm not a purse gal. Christina knows this. It's why I've saved so much money in my life, because I don't spend it on anything brandy when it comes to purses.
That's why I've spent a lot of money in my life.
Not that I don't appreciate it, by the way, guys. People who have them, I'm like, oh, that's so nice. But then if I have a choice between spending $5K on a purse or going to a nice vacation, I'd probably pick the vacation. That's just me. So if I could, I would literally throw my ID and my credit card in my pocket and I'd be like, let's do this. I wouldn't carry a purse if I didn't have to. So I carry like a neutral colored clutch that you can just wear out with everything. Because I'm a big hair person, I don't like to carry a million tools because I know how to use one tool and get multiple looks. So I carry a flat iron because I can curl with it, wave with it, straighten with it. Mm-hmm. And sunglasses. You'll never see me without them. I will stop traffic to put them on in the middle of the road. Like,
true story.
Yeah.
We were walking to go catch our Uber this morning, and she literally made us stop, and she's like, guys, I need my sunglasses right now. I'm like, girl, we are hopping in an Uber, but okay.
So those are hands down my staples. They are literally I have like an extra set of all of what I just told you that just sits on the side and goes from one suitcase to the next according to where I travel. So I don't leave
really
without
impressive.
these. Yeah, I don't leave without these items. I don't even need a list for them because they're literally like in a little bulk, and I'm like, one suitcase to this one. There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So unlike Shikha, I'm an absolutely horrendous packer. I left all of my packing until about 11 o'clock last night.
She
That's when I
gave
started.
me a heart attack. Literally, I was like, you're stressing me out, Christina. Can you go pack? She goes, I'm going to pack. I was like, I know you're going to pack because we're going, but when are you going to pack? We have a flight in like 6 hours.
I am the absolute worst because I hate packing so much. I mean, I finally figured out a method that works for me, and I'll share it with you guys. So if any of you guys out there also hate packing, then I can relate to you. I can empathize.
I actually love packing.
Looks pretty windy outside, ladies. Oh, is it?
Oh,
I didn't even
it's a
know.
really nice breeze because it's so warm, so it's like the
Yeah.
perfect breeze.
Yeah, I think it's about the Uber driver said it's
70s
in the
something.
70s.
Yeah, it's like perfect
it's in
weather.
the 70s. Okay, so Emma, I start a month ahead. See, that's really good. I actually should probably do that too.
I start about a week ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's really funny? So I did pull outfits that I knew I wanted to wear for my photo shoots, and I hung those up aside. And I think I got overconfident because then I said, "Oh, okay,
I
so I know what
need.
I'm wearing for my photo shoot, so I'm good." And then when I started last night, then I was like, "Oh,
Never mind.
no, not at all." So my must-haves, number one is my skincare, and as you guys have seen on previous shows, I use a lot of skincare products, but I never carry the full-size bottles with me because I've gotten really good at collecting samples from either the stores or from my sales associates. I always manage to get my hands on some samples. So if you can, depending on what you guys use on your face, go to Sephora and grab a little container and then just put your products in there. I mean, I find that it's a lot easier, especially if you're doing a weekend trip. There's no need to take the entire bottle of moisturizer with you.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
If you're taking like a local weekend trip and you can buy it, just buy it there.
I agree.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just go to like a CVS, Target, Walmart, whatever, and go buy your mini sizes there that you're going to get rid of in a couple days anyways. Like, don't lug those 5 pounds. Just go spend a couple bucks in the dollar section of CVS and buy your travel sizes of whatever you need.
Yeah. And you know what I always tell myself? I always do like a mental check, like phone, ID, credit card, cash. And as long as I have those things, everything else you can really just buy wherever you're going.
Do you remember what you said to me this morning?
What?
I pulled up and I just had my purse with me, which was more than I even wanted to carry. Honestly, I don't even like carrying a purse. And she goes, "Where's all your stuff?" And I was like,
rolls up with like nothing.
I was like, I'm just gonna buy it while I'm here. And she's like, okay, like no thought about it. Like it's totally normal. Like sure, let's still buy it. And I was like, I'm just playing this not out of it's not out yet. But
well, you know, the Grove isn't that far from here.
It's really not. We'll be going there.
We will be going there next. And then I also put down perfumes, which you had talked about, you know, like samples or the roller balls. I really like those. I'm not really big on jewelry anymore. Like I wear like a few pieces, like I'll wear like a few rings. But today I'm layering up.
I just had to do it because I saw how much you had on.
Yeah, because this is why I do this. Because whenever I travel, then I'm like, well, you know, I should wear something. So what I do is on the plane, I will take, you know, like maybe some of my like really fun like layered bracelets, and then I'll put all of them on when I'm on the plane. And then that way I can kind of like mix and match. Yep. Yeah. So if we're gonna go out later tonight, right? So I might just take like maybe one of the bracelets and then I'll put on some like really fun earrings or something like that. Yeah.
We have someone who said, I started making a checklist because I've forgotten things in the past. It's so smart. I do the same thing. I make a checklist.
I do too. Yes. I have to.
That's a really, really good way. And you know that sense of accomplishment, like when you get to take it off the checklist or make a little mark next to it, like that, it has its own sense of accomplishment. So super smart idea and a good way to go.
This is a really sweet comment. And I want to say I know this guy. I think that might be Sean, or that's Sean's group. Too beautiful inside and out. Have a wonderful day, you gorgeous duo.
Oh, thank you. That just made our day.
I know. Cheers to that. Cheers. And I'm about to like finish off my mimosa.
I'm gonna order a second one. Cheers, Nicole. She's like literally Nicole. Behind the you know. I know. She's set up over here.
She's like, I'm done. So for those of you guys that you guys all know Nicole because she's been on both of our social channels. She runs Epiphania magazine. Super, super cool girl. We absolutely love her. And we do. Amazing travel buddy.
I'm like the best writer I've ever met.
Yeah, she's the best writer we've ever met.
She will be interviewing me next week. Actually, I will get to be on her show.
Ooh.
We do our monthly Wham Bam Glam makeup counter. So next week on Wednesday, you guys look out for that because I'll have some new products for you. And she always has good questions. Why can't I talk today? Oh my goodness, the mimosa.
Because we both had mimosas and we both got less than 4 hours.
Yeah, 3. 3.
One.
Yeah.
Literally one. It was like 3:15 and I was like, oh, I have to be up at 4:15.
I think I only slept 3 because 1 hour I was like, did she pack yet? Did she pack yet? Did she pack yet? She took away an hour of my
What would
sleep.
you do if I like texted you at 4:15 and I was like, girl, I fell asleep and I didn't pack?
I'd be like, get on that flight. We're buying everything at the Grove. Let's not even worry about it. Do what you gotta do.
Not even worry about it. Yeah. Okay, so then another thing that I like to bring is a really versatile pair of sneakers. Most are taken over. Oh, are you kidding? We only had one. That's just one.
That's just me not being able to talk.
I know. Yeah, that's us normally on the regular.
Yeah.
Well, we don't normally get less than 4 hours of sleep.
Focus.
I'm like borderline delirious right now. Okay, I was gonna say I like to take a really fun pair of sneakers that I can use either at the gym. I can use them for walking around if I'm gonna be doing tons of walking, or I can wear with a dress. And you guys can't see right now, but I'm actually wearing my Adidas Superstars that I really love with dresses. So that's why I take a pair of shoes that I know I can kind of double up on everything. It's really, really important. And then what else do I bring? You guys are gonna laugh at me. I actually bring a journal everywhere I go.
It's really cute.
Which I use for many purposes. I like to journal because writing has always been a way for me to kind of like, you know, find out like exactly what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling. But I also like to write down checklists of things that I need to pack, maybe things that I need to shop for, or things that I want to do depending on what I'm traveling for, if it's business or if it's pleasure. If it's pleasure, then I might write down just things that I want to go see or things that I want to do. And if it's business, then maybe just things that I need to take care of while I'm traveling. And then the last thing is healthy snacks. Whenever I travel, whether it's for business or pleasure, I like to enjoy myself.
Anymore. Because planes don't give them to you anymore.
No, they don't. They give us peanuts. And I'm like, God, I hate these peanuts. I can't stand the airline peanuts. I know. I'm like, oh God, forget it. Pretzels maybe, but not the peanuts. I can't do the peanuts. So I always take, and I've talked about this before, I will take RX bars, or I might take Quest bars, just something to help me stay on the healthy side, just because, you know, like when I travel, like we were talking about going to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Yeah.
Maybe
After
tonight
I
for
said,
dinner.
don't let me eat bad this whole weekend.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm going to Roscoe's. And then she's like, what's that? I'm like, oh my God.
Apparently we're all going to Roscoe's.
Apparently we're all going to Roscoe's tonight. Yeah. So I like to carry some healthy snacks with me just to help me stay healthy and stay on track with my fitness goals. And I get it, you know, when you're traveling and you're supposed to enjoy yourself. And I believe it's all about balance. So enjoy yourself, but also maintain that level.
Just be mindful.
Yeah, be mindful.
Anytime you are on any sort of fitness regime or lifestyle change, I call it lifestyle. It's not a diet. So earlier today, even Christina was like, or our Uber driver actually was like, oh, aren't you on vacation? Like, shouldn't you? Because I was telling them, like, keep me accountable. Don't let me mess up. And she's like, you're on vacation for like 4 days. Like, are you sure you want to do that? And I said, well, these vacations and our trips will never end. One is like coming to an end and our next one is already getting booked. So I can't give myself an excuse that, oh, I have this work trip or I have this vacation, because it happens every other month or somewhere, if not every month. Yeah. So you have to make a lifestyle change. You have to make smarter decisions. So just do that. So she makes smart decisions by bringing her snacks, because if she didn't, she'd probably be standing in one of those cafe lines buying something sweet when you really may not really want that, but that's what you're just resorting to because at that time you're hungry or you're tempted, right? And
what I found, especially on our last trip to New York, was that we were so busy always doing things that we didn't always have time to eat. And that happens a lot when you're traveling, just because there's so much going on and you're usually not there for a very long period of time and you want to make the most out of your trip. So I think keeping little snacks on hand is so important. Like I've also brought a bag of almonds too, just in case, just to hold us over in case we end up getting busy and we just don't have time to eat. So I always like to be prepared rather than not prepared. So that was my list.
No, that's a fantastic list. And our lists are very different. We travel differently, but one thing we have in common is...
for procrastinators?
Yes, no. I actually started putting my clothes out a week before. Oh. And what I actually do as a little tip for you guys, I put this on my Insta story, but I start planning my outfits and taking them out and placing them, like I put a sheet on the floor or something on the floor, and I start folding my outfits and putting them out. And then a day or two before I'm ready to go, I try everything on with the shoes and everything. And when I'm satisfied, I take a photo of myself, like in the mirror. And I know that this is the outfit I put together with these shoes. So when it comes to the actual trip, and let's say I wake up tomorrow morning and we decide that we are having this meeting, that meeting, or whatever. And I don't know what mood I'm going to be in tomorrow. So I can just look through the photos and be like, okay, I feel like wearing this. I know this looks nice. So I'm not sitting there doing this with my suitcase and ruining everything and figuring out what to wear and like wasting time. Like it's already prepped and ready to go. So what I wanted to say was
That's really cool because I do that too.
Do you
for
really?
my photo shoots? Yeah,
it makes total sense. It's
it really does.
It's so much organization, right?
Yeah, and especially if you don't, maybe like say you like to like kind of like pick and choose things on the fly, or maybe like you just don't want to have to bother like what am I going to wear today? You know, like sometimes taking that photo is just kind of nice because then you have a guideline.
You have a guideline.
Yeah, you know exactly what you're doing.
Yes.
So I don't even have to think about it. Which is also nice.
One thing we wanted to talk about really quickly is when you are taking any trip, whether that's a local trip or an international trip, whether you're taking it with your family, your spouse, your partner, your friends, whether it's a girl trip, be mindful of your surroundings, be mindful of the people around you, and be safe. All of us get caught up in having a really good time and just kind of like letting all our worries go. And, sorry,
the bag.
Yes, I am going to talk about
it. Okay.
So we want to make sure that you are definitely careful when you travel. Keep your luggage with you. Keep your purse close to you. Keep your wallet with you. Just be mindful of who's around you and what you're doing, so you can have safe travels.
Yes. Exactly.
One piece of packing that Christina and I love are our shoes. We can never decide how many pairs of shoes we need.
How many pairs of shoes did you take to India last year?
18. I went for 2 months. Guys. I packed 18 pairs of shoes. Can I tell you, I only wore 5? Because you know what happens? We all go through this. We overpack. It is the curse of travel, overpacking, okay? And we think, oh, I'm on vacation now, so I'm finally going to wear these shoes, or I'm finally going to wear that outfit. No. You know what happens when you go on vacation? You're like, what am I the most comfortable in? And you always kind of just resort back to your comfy ways, and then you end up wearing those same outfits or those same shoes. And I learned this lesson the hard way because I was like, I'm going to India for 2 months. There's no way I'm not going to wear all this. I'm going to wear all of this. Yeah. I think I wore the same 10 outfits and the same 5 pair of shoes my whole 2 months that I was there. Literally. Because that's what I was comfortable in. I was moving, I was working, I was traveling. Yeah. So that's what I did. On the note of shoes though, since we carry so many and they're dirty on the bottoms and they're bulky and they take up a lot of space, you need to have a nice, beautiful, condensed way to carry your shoes. And we have something for you.
We do. And for me, I'm really, really particular about my shoes because I don't like them to get smushed or crushed or scratched, especially when they're sitting in my suitcase. So we discovered these really cute shoe bags that we actually wanted to show them to you right now, but they're
sitting in our suitcase because we're not where we're supposed to be.
We haven't checked into our room yet. So we're actually going to be posting a picture of the bags after the show. And we're actually going to be telling you a little bit more about them through the posts that we post. But we've partnered with Marvel Made. Yes. And she is a San Francisco fashion blogger. Her name is Akila. She's a very, very sweet girl. She's originally from Toronto. And she basically reached out to us and said that, she loves what we do. And it would be really cool for us to like try out her bag. So we did. And we are like absolutely obsessed.
We're obsessed with them.
We're obsessed.
And they are the most beautiful shoe bags
really pretty
ever seen in my life. I actually they're so pretty. I didn't want to put shoes
on. The quality is really good too.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you guys, I have shoes by Chloe and Valentino, and the bags that they give me are such bad quality.
Yeah. They're just like the
they already have they already have holes in them. I'm like, I'm not gonna put my expensive shoes in this bag. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But the bags from Marvel Made are like such good quality. It's like a crushed velvet on the outside. You guys will see when we post a photo of it. I mean, they're so cute, so pretty, and they look amazing.
And they carry a couple, so I actually used them. You can put heels in them. You can put whatever you want. I actually put 3 pairs of flats in them.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So you can use them from, it's not like you have one bag and you can only put 1 pair of shoes. It just depends on the way your shoes are. I put 3 pairs of flats because that was easier and better and nicer for me. If you guys go to my Insta story on Wham Bam Glam 247, I did a whole story on how I packed. So everything we talked about, I actually show you how I packed it all. And the bag is in there. It's a blue velvet bag. And you'll get a sneak peek at it before we actually post it. Later today, we'll take a picture of the bag like Christina said.
Yeah.
And we have a very cool offer for you as well that's coming with this bag.
I'm really excited about that.
Yes.
So for tuning in today, we wanted to share a really special coupon code. So if you guys take a look at the bag, you absolutely love it. You can actually save 30% on the bag by using code ClassyGlam at checkout.
Yes. We will link the actual URL for you as to where you can purchase this. We'll make sure we write in ClassyGlam so you guys remember, and we'll post that photo. All the details will be in our post later today. So my advice is if you're a traveler, if you like to keep your shoes looking good, you like to save space, make the most of your space, you got to invest in these bags.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually really excited to share that post because I think everyone's going to be really fired up.
You guys, I think you don't understand how beautiful the bags are. I think that's what blew me away the most. I know you were talking about the quality, and that's definitely there. But the beauty of these bags was just, what actually happened is when this collaboration came to us, Christina ended up sending me a little goodie bag with like makeup products and whatnot, and the bag was in there. And I called her and I said, oh my God, thank you so much for this little treat. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, that shoe bag. She goes, that's the bag from the collaboration. And I had no idea. So that made it even more special to me because before I even knew that's what it was about, I was already in love with the product. So we'll share that with you guys. And yeah. So
thanks, Emma. Can't wait to see the bag.
Yeah,
they're really cute. And then I think, but we're both the same. Mine had like pink heels on the front.
Mine had blue and silver. Yeah, they're different. Yeah, they're really, really. So you'll get to see both bags.
Yeah, get two options.
So one last thing we want to say before we go is I don't know if you guys are following the news, but there was an absolutely devastating, terrible, I can't even talk about it properly, gang rape that happened in India in January. To an 8-year-old little girl, and it happened in the area of Jammu Kashmir, which is a high fight area for Hindus and Muslims. And the girl was gang raped. She was 8 years old. She was hidden in a temple. She was kept sedated, and finally she was strangled and hit over the head twice with a stone before she died. And unfortunately, it was a 60-year-old government officer with his son, a juvenile nephew, and 4 policemen who did this. So there were 8 people involved. And her name is Asifa. The hashtag is Asifa, ASIFA. You can read more about her. She is trending everywhere. We didn't want to talk about this too much today because I think we need a cooler mind. It's very, very new. And it's very, very sad. So we want to discuss this with you guys again, and there will be a video coming to talk about child abuse and gang rapes and these type of things and the inhumane actions of these people. But what we do want to do is to tell you to look it up, to read about it, to make yourself aware, and keep the people around you safe.
And we'll go ahead and include the hashtag after we get off the live as well, just so that you can search through that hashtag. And this is a really big problem. And one of the reasons why Shikha and I decided to start this show was to talk about issues that are in the world that need more visibility and attention. And we can't attack these problems alone. So that's why we're talking about them with you, because you guys are obviously, into what we talk about, and you guys have been following us for a while. We've been doing this for about almost 10 weeks now. So we appreciate all of you guys' support and love. But we truly feel like we have an obligation to highlight some of the problems, especially in our community. Like this hits very close to home for us because we are both Indian, and to see these heinous acts being committed
to anybody, but
innocent people.
And we talked about this earlier. The elderly, children, pregnant women, and the disabled. People who can't fight back. People who don't have the ability to fight back for themselves for one reason or another, and to attack them is very cowardly.
It's very cowardly.
What is that saying? Fight with someone your own size, right? There's a reason that's said. Fight with someone who's capable of fighting with you, who's equal, it's a fair fight, right? Don't attack those who are incapable, or they can't even fight back.
They're not able to fight back, right?
What are you doing when you do that? Are you losing your control? Are you trying to gain control over somebody? Or are you just a coward, which is personally what I think it is. I think you're a coward.
Yeah.
So
one thing I will say about what people like what Shikha and I do, and anyone who's an activist or someone who's got a voice to be able to speak for those who can't always speak for themselves. There was a director who was head of the Cultural Affairs Commission when I went to Davis, and he said something to me that I will always remember for the rest of my life. And he said, to those granted a point of privilege, we have the obligation to help the rest of the world. And that has been ingrained in my head, because there were so many times, and I'm just going to go off on a short little tangent. My mom is 1 out of 12 brothers and sisters.
Oh, wow.
And she is the only one who came to the United States out of all of her siblings. And she tells me all the time, she says, Christina, I can never thank your dad enough. Because if I was still living in India, I would be worrying about my 3 girls every single day. Every day they go to school. Every day they go out with their friends. I would be constantly worrying. But in this country, I don't have to worry like that.
And that's a fact.
And that is an absolute fact. And we can see that based on what's happened to little Asifa these last few months. So, yeah, it's like we said, we do want to give more attention to this topic. We're going to be letting you guys know probably by the end of today when that episode is going to be. We want to make sure that we really highlight this and give it the attention that it needs, because this really needs to stop. And I'm not saying that Shikha or I have the power to stop it, but we do have the power to talk about it.
We have the power. You have the power. You have the power to listen. You have the power to share. You have the power to be mindful of people around you, to take care of your loved ones, to think twice before you do something that's not so nice. You have the power to make good, conscious decisions.
And to educate.
And to educate.
To educate. And I think that's a huge part of it.
And talk about it.
Talking about
Forget the stigma. Forget what people are going to think. Forget about the judgment that you may endure due to your opinion. Talk about these things.
Talking about it. It's educating girls on how to protect themselves. It's educating boys on how to
be good men.
Respect women. Yes, and how to respect each other and how to love each other. I think those are things that children need to be taught at a young age so that we can prevent things like this from happening in the future. And I know that we have a long way to go, but I mean, it has to start somewhere. So why not start here?
On that note, you guys, I know it's a heavy note we leave you with, but thank you for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed our episode on travel, on packing, on our outfits. We hope you take a look at what happened to Asifa and look out for both our bag and our promotion and the link to Asifa and about when we'll be doing the video next on these episodes.
And that being said, we're going to grab another round of mimosas.
Yes.
And I guess we'll catch you guys on our next episode.
All right, guys, stay classy.
Stay glamorous.
See you later.
See ya.